Madison, wow, that has to be one of the best women's semi-finals matches I've seen in a very long time. You are into the Australian Open Women's Singles Final, back in this position for the second time in your career. That must feel good.
Yeah. I'm still trying to catch up to everything that's happening. Yeah, I'm in the finals. Woo! Yeah, I mean, that match was, it's just such high level, and she played so well, and I felt like I was just fighting to stay in it, and then obviously really kind of ran with the second, and then the third was just a battle. And to be able to be standing here and be in the finals is absolutely amazing, and I'm so excited that I get to be here on Saturday.
Well, there is a lot to unpack in that match. There was a lot of big moments, a lot of crucial moments, but it felt like at about 5-2 in the first set that you really kind of settled into the match. Is that what it felt like for you, and then obviously that helping you into the second set?
Yeah, I feel like even though I lost the first set, I felt like I was playing some better tennis at the end of it, and I felt like I actually had a little bit of momentum going into the second set, and to be able to kind of run with that second set and really just kind of be able to settle was really nice. And then in the third set, it was just so up and down, and there were so many big points and break point chances that neither one of us got. And then I think, did she have a match point?
No, I don't think she had a match point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she had one, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, I was in the bunker, and I had to run. I was like, do I go? Do I not? Do I go?
I feel like
she had one.
I feel like I blacked out at some point, and I was just out there running around. So, yeah, just to be able to, you know, stay in it and just keep fighting, and then 10-point tiebreaker for an extra dramatic finish.
Okay, just last question about the match, because you did lose your serve at 5-all in that third set. So how much of this match felt more, the tennis was incredible, but about the fight and determination to get into the final?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, at the end, I feel like we were both kind of battling some nerves and really just pushing each other. And it just became, you know, who can get that final point and who can kind of just be a little bit better than the other one. And I'm happy it was me.
Okay, looking forward to Saturday. You are in the women's singles final of the Australian Open, and you will be facing Aryna Sabalenka. A very, very exciting matchup. Your thoughts?
Definitely some big hitting, I think, is going to happen. Not a whole lot of long points, but she's obviously going for her third Aussie Open, and I'm excited to get to play her. And I'm really excited for the challenge, and I don't know. Saturday is very far away in my brain right now.
Well, we would love to just get a little bit of an insight of the plan, of course. It's past midnight, so we're already into Friday. What's the plan?
For today?
Yeah. For today?
Or tomorrow?
No, it's today. We're past midnight.
Okay, what's the plan? I'm going to probably go hug my team, and then I probably have a bunch of obligations that I'm probably going to run around and do, but I think I'm going to just try to enjoy this a little bit and then get ready for Saturday, tomorrow.
You deserve it. Congratulations. Through to the Australian Open final, Madison Keys.
Well, Madison Keys back into her first major final since 2017, and she does it with a stunning upset of world number 2, Iga Swiatek, setting the stage for an Australian Open final against two-time defending champion Aryna Sabalenka, and that says it all. OMG. Welcome back to the Bluezone, where we are sitting on the blue velvet couch, stressed. We did nothing but Blair Henley here alongside Adam Peacock. And Adam, this was history tonight.
It was. It's the first semi-final in the Open era at the Australian Open, decided by a tiebreak. So, yeah, just wow. W-O-W. I was saying it about, I don't know, I think I said it about 43 times in that third set where the momentum just didn't settle. It couldn't make up its mind. It was so indecisive momentum. It just didn't want to make up a decision until the last point, basically. It was an extraordinary match of tennis.
Yeah, Madison Keys saving a match point at the conclusion, getting it to the match tie break. And I mean, I was sweating. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights. There's so much to discuss here because it really was a roller coaster. Casey Delacqua talked to Maddie Keys on court about how she was able to settle in at this point in the match. She didn't win the first set, but she was able to break Iga Swiatek here, get it back to 5-all.
And Iga was playing Iga's way.
Correct.
Comes into this semi-final, dropping just 14 games for the entire tournament, and it was really hard for Maddie just to stay close enough to Iga, but you feel, it was one of those, we see it all the time in tennis, that a player loses a set, but oddly enough, there's doubt sown in the mind of the winner of the set because of the way the opponent comes back, and that second set was flat out weird, and then the third set, they were hitting it so clean up the middle of the court, and each trying to move the opponent, and that elicited out of the other some classic points.
Yeah, a stunning second set in this match, as you mentioned, Adam, with Iga Swiatek winning just 38% of her first serve, 0% on her second serve, which then set the stage for this third set. And overall in this match, 32 break points total, 14 breaks of serve.
And as the match went on, you were thinking, okay, well, eventually someone's going to wilt physically. And maybe that was an indication. Iga coming up with 7 double faults for the match at crucial times as well. That's an indication where the legs aren't working. Maddie had her moments. She had one volley in particular where she didn't quite get her feet to and couldn't get the racket. But still, they found a way to come up with points like that.
Absolutely stunning stuff. This was one of those matches where you just didn't know who was going to get it done until somebody got it done. And it was Madison Keys. And that smile says it all. She has come so close so many times before. I think back to the 2023 U.S. Open semifinal against Aryna Sabalenka, where she came out and won the first set 6-0, looked like she was going to cruise to a victory, lost the next 2 sets in tie breaks. Again, so much scar tissue from that she's had to shake off over the past couple of years, and that's where that emotion comes from that we're seeing right here.
Both left in tears for varying reasons. And it's fair enough too, the emotional attachment to the match and investing so much in the contest. There's an outpouring at the end of it, and that's a beautiful moment. It's just after midnight, so it kicks in that she has to play the final tomorrow in a weird way. It's a while away though. There's a sleep to be had, and then another one, and yeah, big breath. Fair enough.
Big sigh of relief. And there are positives here for Iga Swiatek. This was the least stressed she's looked to me in a match that was extremely stressful, and that could be the Wim Fissette effect. We've seen a slight shift in her mentality on the court, or at least what we see of her mentality on the court. I do think that's an overall positive for Iga Swiatek. Prior to this match, we had Andrea Petkovic on the show, and she was explaining the adjustment that Swiatek has made on the serve, trying to make the backswing just a little bit more fluid. And as so often happens when you're making changes at this level while you're playing on tour, just lost a little bit of confidence in it in the second set, as well as in the third set, and I really do think that made the difference. Iga had not been broken in this tournament since her first round match.
Yeah, and it'll take until tomorrow because we can't dive into it right now, but 14 games lost up to this point, and then 18 games lost in the match that sends her out of the tournament, which is a weird old stat. I don't know if that's ever happened, that you lose more in one match than you do in 5. Probably has somewhere around the place, but that is a soul-destroying walk for now for Iga Swiatek, because there's going to be much better moments for her with the new coach set up as well. And just a reminder of some of those stats: 36 winners from Maddie Keys. I think Iga, the way that she was hitting the ball, she would have got a lot of forced errors out of Maddie, which is not on that page anywhere. And really, what's an unforced error? That makes it look like it's a bit of a messy match. It was not that. It was clean hitting for the most part, and it was so enjoyable. It's not like balls were hitting the back fence.
In the end, I think Madison Keys was the braver player today. And as we've heard before, fortune favors the brave. That was certainly true tonight. And just one of those things that's relatable. We've seen Madison Keys go through the peaks. We've seen her go through the mental valleys. And to see her have that triumph, I think we can all relate to something that we've been working toward, fighting for, and then seeing it happen for someone else. Just a lot of joy as a tennis fan watching that match tonight.
Well, speaking of which, the peaks and troughs and then the joy, Blair.
You do tell.
Yeah, well, you're just about to see. We're going to roll this vision.
Oh, boy.
Right
Oh,
here.
boy. Yep.
You never thought you'd see Maddie Keys in another Grand Slam final?
I was feeling all the feels. I
Yeah.
hoped that for her, just because
Yep.
I've been privileged to get to know her and her husband Bjorn, who is a friend of the show at this point.
Friend of
And
the show.
I actually felt some feels there. And
Yeah.
Adam, we've only known each other for 2 weeks. That's not normal for me.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of an ice queen when it comes to the emotions.
No, you're not. Not in the blue zone.
No. Oh, wow. We're still looking at my face. We
Yeah.
sure are.
But that's so cool to see
Yeah.
someone you have I was a bit the same when Ash Barty. Well, I was in a pub in Sydney
Yep.
when it
Yep.
happened. I wasn't in the blue zone couch, but when you kind of get to know a
Yeah.
player's story deeply,
Yeah.
there is that attachment. And for her, you would have talked to her on her down days or heard about her down days a lot, ups and downs, which is professional sport.
Yeah.
But to see her have a moment like that.
And she's been really honest about it. That's one of the things that I think has been really admirable about Madison Keys. Sometimes when players are going through those troughs, as you call them, they don't really like to talk about them. It almost gives life to them in a way. For Madison Keys, she's been really open about it. She's been open about working her way through, and just to see the happiness at her wedding, marrying Bjorn just a couple of months ago, coming here, winning in Adelaide, coming in here and getting to her second career major final. It's just a fantastic story. And of course, we also, as viewers, we feel for Iga Swiatek. That is going to be a crushing loss. But I really do think, and I hope she can look at the big picture, because to me, there were positives tonight.
It's not like she got beaten 2-2. She got beaten by a very good player playing very good tennis. So, yeah, I don't know what you take out of that. Probably nothing at the moment. Wake up tomorrow and then maybe the next day, and when she's on the plane back to wherever she's going, I presume she's going back to Europe. But, earlier, it was a bit of a different situation with Sabalenka and Badosa. That was the first semi-final earlier on Rod Laver Arena, and this was Aryna Sabalenka playing the type of tennis which has seen her walk away with 2 trophies here in the last 2 years. Watching from above, inside the stadium, Blair, it was really noticeable how well she was able to manipulate the angles, but with extreme power. It's not like she's placing it. It was pure ball striking. It was fantastic.
If you look at the stat sheet, it's pretty clear what happened in this match. Paula Badosa got off to a great start, broke Aryna Sabalenka right off the bat. But this game was a pressure point, a trigger point. It was a long game. Paula Badosa ends up getting broken, but it was in crushing fashion. It was, I wish I had the time on how long this game was, but Aryna Sabalenka did get the break and really seemed to be in control after that.
She was okay here. Straight up, the hands, thumbs up straight away.
Gives the thumbs up, and there were several smiles from Paula Badosa in this match. A really good contest between friends, as we've discussed, but in the end, it was Aryna Sabalenka with 32 winners to Paula Badosa's 11.
Aryna, the way she approaches it, and it's playing field. She's got half a chance to hit the ball where she wants to. She hits it there. She doesn't take that shot to set up the next shot. It's foot down tennis, and so it was again.
Yeah, no hesitation.
Like that. So some players would send that up the middle of the court and just get into a rally, but not Sabalenka, and that's the stare from Badosa, as if to say,
Yep.
come on, we're friends.
Yeah,
Help me. Something. And in the end, yeah, it was out of control for Badosa, something that she couldn't control at the other end of the court. And yeah, great tournament for Paula Badosa. Has been near the top of the rankings, but with that tonight, Aryna Sabalenka will maintain her status as the world #1 player for now.
She sure will, and we got to hear from her in the press room following her win.
I was playing good. I mean, the first set was really tight, a good level. And then in the second set, she started to be very, very aggressive. Everything was working. Everything she was doing today, touching today, could become gold. So I have nothing to say. I mean, of course, credits to her. Congratulations to her. She played the best match, not even of the week. I mean, from the last months for sure. So if she plays like this, I mean, we can already give her the trophy.
We saw some video of you sitting down in the gym or the locker room and then Aryna coming over and you having a chat. What did you say to each other? That
it was really unfair for me that she played this level today. That I was expecting, of course, a good level, but maybe not that much. But she came like to say that she played 3 semifinals before she won a title, and she was very proud of my improvement lately, especially with all I've been through. So yeah, we were just joking around, and I'm really happy that, look, if I have to lose against somebody, of course I want to lose against world #1 and against Aryna, because I wish her the best.
It's 4 Grand Slam wins in semi-finals in a row for Aryna Sabalenka. I think she's got the hang of this caper, making Grand Slam finals.
100%, and according to BFF Paula, we should hand her the trophy. She said it was one of the best matches she's seen her play in the last few months, which is saying something. But I think Madison Keys might have something to say about that.
Absolutely. It's 1-4. Madison Keys has beaten Aryna Sabalenka, although it was a few years ago before Sabalenka became great. That was, I think, 2021 in Berlin, in a tournament over there. But ever since you referenced that US Open semi-final when it was bagel time, first set, and then Sabalenka somehow turned it around. So, yeah, a lot of previewing to do with that, and to break it down. I don't know, it's like seeing Sabalenka, the way she's hitting the ball. It's hard to see how anyone at the moment stops that.
I think it's going to come down to some big serving. Depends. And coming into this match, by the way, the Keys-Swiatek match, both of those players were serving incredibly well coming in. And then we had a match with 32 total break points. So we'll see how the nerves factor in a final, I think. And do you see the smile from Madison Keys walking off?
That was her camera signature, and I've got a feeling she's just spotted her crew.
Aww. Looks like Mary Jo Fernandez there, maybe from the back.
Yep.
Oh, so sweet. A reminder that Madison Keys made her first major semifinal here at the Australian Open in 2015. She's been doing this for a really long time. And so there are so many people who work in tennis, who've worked alongside her, who've interviewed her over the years, who've been on this journey with her in a lot of ways, and handshakes for the Swiatek team, which
cool.
is all class from Madison Keys. That's really what we've come to expect, and that's why there are so many people who love and admire her in the tennis world.
Is that typical Bjorn, just staying out the way, not waiting in the corridor?
Bjorn has ice in his veins.
Yeah, I know. Look at him.
We're going to have to get friend of the show, Bjorn Fratangelo, back to tell us what was actually going through his mind down the stretch. Richard there does fitness training at the USTA National Campus. He's been out here helping a lot of the Americans. Oh.
How cool is that?
That's really neat.
Good partnership in many ways, these two.
I really was waiting to see any sort of physical reaction from Fratangelo in that coaching pod that is now just a couple of feet away from the court, maybe a meter away from the court.
It was just nods and claps. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? It's just-
there's literally nothing.
Yeah.
Have no idea what was going on in his head.
So this is the process. They go in, they get on the bike, they start their recovery, maybe an ice bath, definitely freshen up before going to press. They'll have the time set for press. There's a physio just checking everything's okay. So, yeah, she'll go through that process and probably looking at a bedtime of about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. tonight, if she can sleep, knowing what's coming in a few hours' time. Just back to Paula Badosa, there was a fun little moment at the end of the press conference when the Spaniard stepped out, knowing this is just going into one of the press conference rooms, or no, out from down the press conference room and knowing the camera's there.
Love it.
Knowing the camera's everywhere. So
Paula says, peace out, spy cams at the Australian Open. It's been a great run, but huge positives for Badosa as well. She'll be back into the top 10 on Monday. That's where she belongs. She has that big of a game. Madison Keys will also be back into the top 10. And one more rankings update, as you said earlier, if you missed it, Aryna Sabalenka secures the world #1 ranking again on Monday with Iga Swiatek's loss tonight.
Yeah, first time that Madison Keys has been in the top 10 for 2 years, even, since January 2023. Let's check in with Elle Ray, our enthusiastic reporter and conversationalist around the grounds here at Melbourne Park. She caught up with some Sabalenka fans.
Hi guys, I'm here in RLA after Sabalenka has just won her match in straight sets. Girls, how are we feeling? Introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about your experience tonight.
My name's Caitlin.
I'm Erin. I'm very excited to see Sabalenka go through and defend her title 2 years in a row. It would be pretty exciting, I think.
Do we think we're going to see history being made in the next 48 hours?
Hopefully, that would be really good.
It would be amazing. Now, she's got a very iconic outfit. We always touch on this in the show. What do you think of her fit? I think she slays on the court with her tennis, but also slays with the outfit.
We're loving the yellow. We said when we sat down that it's a bit different to the white. We really liked it.
We love a slay on and off the court as well. Her TikTok moves are pretty good.
Absolutely.
You guys follow her on TikTok?
I follow from afar. I love when she pops up on the For You page.
The crowd's roar. It is so amazing. Is this your first time at the AO?
It is. I'm from Sydney, so I've travelled up this morning.
Well, and how amazing is it to see, you know, such amazing tennis be done in our home, like in Melbourne? It's unreal, our Aussie home country. How are we feeling about that? Your first time here? Is it your first time too?
It's my first time at an official match. I went to a charity match last year to watch Demonor against Alcaraz, so that was pretty special. Just a warm up for the AO last year. So it was exciting to come to an actual semi-final, I think.
Well, it's a pretty life-changing experience. Now, I am hoping for the best for this weekend. Who do you guys think is going to take the win? Is it going to be Sab? Is it going to be Sab?
I think we've got Sab in us for us.
Yeah, has to be Sab. The stars will align and she'll get her third title. It'll be great.
You heard it here first, guys. Predicting the future. Over, back to you.
Elle is now predicting the future. She's done it all over the past couple of weeks.
And there's the Sabalenka customary Polaroid, or hope the wind doesn't change. So there's the team photo.
That's right.
There.
Again, clearly stressed, as you noted before.
Yeah,
that team.
yeah. Before the match,
Very
during
stressed.
the match, after the match, Aryna Sabalenka just one big stress head. So there she is, taking the proper photo this time on her for social media, no doubt. That'll be placed up. Men's semi-finals, not too far away. We've got Djokovic and Zverev first up at 2:30 p.m. local time here in Melbourne. Check your phones about what time that might be around the place. But Blair, what do you reckon of this one?
Listen, I feel like at this point, none of us can bet against Novak Djokovic, but I know that Alexander Zverev is going to have something to say about that. Played last time in 2023, Novak got him there. Before that, the last time they played was 2021 at the ATP Finals, where Zverev was the champion. So they really don't have a huge recent sample size. And we know that Sasha Zverev was off the tour from 2022 when he had that horrible ankle injury at Roland Garros. He said he really felt like his two major finals, 2020 US Open and 2024 Roland Garros, were so far away that he couldn't really build on them. But now he feels like he's been at the top for long enough. He's been the contender at the end of tournaments for long enough that he feels like he's going to be able to build on the last time that he was at the business end of a slam.
Which makes sense, yes. So Novak apparently didn't hit here at Melbourne Park today, on site anyway, so he might have hit somewhere off site or just taken it easy with that little niggle that he picked up in the end of the first set against Carlos Alcaraz. So Djokovic and Zverev in the afternoon. We understand it's going to be mild temperatures, about 23, 24, so nothing to be concerned about for either player. No rain, hopefully. Not that it matters because there's brews everywhere here. The night one, so Jannik Sinner against Ben Shelton.
That's right.
All I can say is good luck, Ben, after what we saw against Alex de Minaur. Can you see something different?
Here's the one thing to remember about Ben and his entire team. They have a big picture perspective. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ben has a gear that we have not seen from him yet, because he goes into every match trying to work on things, which is something I think very few players do sort of at this point in a tournament, but they're thinking about the big picture development. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more of the big serves against Jannik Sinner. I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Shelton maybe pulls the trigger a little earlier in points. He said in press that the biggest difference in his game now versus a couple years ago is to get to this point in a slam, even at the US Open, which was his more recent run, he had to be redlining. Now he feels like he's playing more within himself, which tells me that there is potentially more to come from Ben Shelton. The head-to-head record is 4-1 in favor of Jannik Sinner, the win for Shelton coming in Shanghai in 2023. So not that long ago, he's done it. Maybe that helps mentally.
Maybe, but if Jannik Sinner, I reckon he had a migraine the other day. Yeah, anyway, we're guessing because Jannik has kept it close to his chest about exactly what the problem was. He's basically said,
yes,
I woke up and I wasn't feeling very well, and it was a really hot day, and I was feeling worse on court, and then I got better, and then I got through it, and I slept it off, and came back and did what he did against Alex de Minaur. Not totally 100%, but I hate to see that 100%, but yeah, he's moving so well.
Yeah, but tonight was a perfect example of why we go out and compete, because going into that Keys-Swiatek match tonight, I don't know that many people would have thought Madison Keys would have saved a match point and come out on top in a match tiebreak. That's why we play, because you just never know.
Exactly, never know. So that's what's on the way tomorrow from the Australian Open. We've got the men's semi-final between Novak Djokovic and Sasha Zverev first up, and then it's Jannik Sinner and Ben Shelton, and we'll be here between the two semi-finals. At the moment, it's down for 6 p.m. If Novak and Zverev go 4.5 hours, we'll be on just after that for Bluezone, the pre-game before the second men's semi, and we'll have a full recap tomorrow night. Blair, thank you.
Thanks, Adam.
Well done to Maddie Keys. Happy for you. Happy for Maddie. All due respect to Iga, but the women's final is set from Melbourne Park. We'll catch you tomorrow for some more Bluezone.
3.